I sold over $4 billion worth of real estate over the last couple years. But what does that really mean? How much real estate agents actually make? Hello, all you beautiful people. A few things before we get started. Yes, the book is still strapped to my damn hand. If you could please pre-order Big Money Energy. My new book comes out February 2nd. I wrote it during quarantine. Link is in the caption. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. The little thingy right here. Really, really, really important. I love you so much. Like, all that, send this to your friends. Most of you probably know me from $1 Million Listing New York on Bravo, a show I've been on for nearly 10 years. And on that show, they show me making money. The show is about selling property, personal life, and all that, but it's always capped by sale price, commission. And people see it, and they're like, whoa, $2 million commission, $600,000 commission, wow, 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 wow. But it doesn't go into the splits, doesn't go into the taxes, doesn't go into the marketing fees, doesn't go into all the little details that break out that entire commission dollar amount. And so I want to bring some clarity to all of you who might be thinking about getting into this business, because this is the greatest business in the world. And until a house can figure out how to sell itself to another house, there will always be a need for real estate agents. Now, let me state the obvious. New York City real estate is very different from the rest of the world. Our average price point in New York is just over $1 million for maybe a room this exact size. The rule of thumb in New York is you're paying about $1 million a bedroom. Now, obviously, we've sold things that are much, much, much more expensive. We just sold a 3-bedroom for $36 million. And there's also things that are much, much, much less expensive. But on average, that's the way you work. The rest of the United States, the average home sale price is just under $300,000. So commission amounts obviously vary, and you have to sell a lot more in other places to be able to make nearly as much as real estate agents make in New York City. But keep in mind, the splits that real estate agents in New York have with the house, so the main brokerage, are a lot lower than what you'll find in the rest of the country, and for good reason. There are massive expenses in New York. Do you have any idea how much it costs, not just to live in New York City, but how much it costs to operate a business in New York City? It's very, very, very expensive. So for all of you who are not yet in the real estate business and you're thinking about it, but you're nervous because you know there's no salaries and everything is commissioned and you have bills and you have loans, you have life to pay for, I want to walk you through exactly how the numbers work, okay? So let's say you sell something for $1 million. The average commission in the United States, including New York City, is 2.5%. Now, sometimes if you represent both sides of the deal, if you're in a state where you can do that, you could get 5% or 4% or 3%, whatever you negotiate with that seller or whatever you've negotiated with that buyer going into that deal. But more often than not, in the United States, the seller is paying a commission that is pre-negotiated with the seller's agent. The seller's agent then lists that property for sale in the MLS. By the way, in New York, no MLS. I know, it's crazy. And they advertise what the commission percentage is that they are willing to then pay the buyer's agent. So most often, the selling agent goes to the seller and says, we can list it for X amount, so let's say $1 million, and the commission is gonna be 5%. Because there's most likely going to be a buyer's agent and we need to pay 2.5 to them and 2.5 to us, and we split it 50-50. So let's say you're bringing the buyer. Okay? You bring the buyer and it's an amazing place, well priced, you jump on it, you get it for the $1 million, boom. Commission on $1 million listing would then say $25,000. Now, if you're a brand new agent, most real estate brokerages start their agents on a 50-50 split, meaning for every dollar you bring in, the brokerage gets 50% of that. And again, for good reason. They're helping you, they're training you, they're providing leads a lot of the time. They're giving you all the resources, everything, so that you don't have to come out of pocket. Remember, everyone needs to make a living. And the less the brokerage makes off of you, the less they're gonna help you. So $25,000 then is split in half if that's the split with the brokerage. So that's $12,500, and that goes to you. Now, if there were marketing costs, marketing fees that are taking off the top, maybe you had to get a taxi or some other expense and the brokerage paid it for you so you didn't have to come out of pocket, that then gets deducted. Other real estate brokerages have desk fees, they have lead generation fees. So make sure you know when you sign up with your brokerage, to be very, very clear as to what fees, costs, and expenses you are going to be responsible for, both upfront and what will be deducted from your check. I have agents who reach out to me every day who got into the business because of me, flattered, thank you, who say, hey, I just sold my first place. I was supposed to get $3,000, but I got $2,252 and all these things taken out. This is bullshit. Serhant, have you ever dealt with this? Yeah, that's how the business works. Now, if you've only sold one place and you sold it for $1 million and you're a brand new agent and you're split with your brokerages 50-50, then all you're gonna make that whole year is $12,500. And if you don't have any other marketing expenses, that's great. Your check will be for $12,500. Boom, bang, models and bottles. Hold the phone. Now remember, there's also taxes. One of the big things that independent contractors, which all of us in the United States and most of us in the world, forget, net after taxes, costs, and expenses. Remember that. You live in the net. You don't live in the gross, you live in the net. That was important for me to remember too when I first got into the business. One of my first checks ever was for $24,000. And I was like, dude, I can do anything now. Smarts come a lot later, especially when your tax accountant then says to you, oh, hey, by the way, we need X amount of dollars. And you're like, from where? From you. But I don't have that. If you're in New York, it's upwards of 50%. So make sure you understand what your income tax liability is in every single state. One of the reasons I love this business so much is that everything is in your control, which is good and bad, right? The good is that you can sell as much as you want. No one is ever gonna tell you that you've sold too much real estate. The way you're gonna make the most money isn't by just selling one home, it's by selling lots of homes. I haven't sold billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of real estate because I sit there and count every single commission check and every single expense. I focus on goals. Let's say you want to get to $100,000 in income by year 2 or 3, okay? How are we gonna do that? Let's break it down by how much you need to actually sell. So if the average home sales price in the United States is just under $300,000, let's say $300,000, okay? The average commission is 2.5%. So $300,000 times 0.025, okay, is $7,500. That is the total commission. Whatever the split is with your brokerage, you can do the math, follow along with me. But let's say, like we did at the beginning, you're a brand new agent, you're getting tons of resources, you're getting a lot of help. So you agreed, 50-50 with your brokerage, that's what makes sense. So 50% of $7,500 is $3,750. That's how much you're gonna make on average from one sale of a home that on average is $300,000. You wanna make $100,000, your average home sale price where you are is $300,000, you need to sell, on average, just over 2 homes, hopefully more, every single month to make that number. The more people you know and that know you as a real estate salesperson, the more leads you're gonna generate, the better your chances are of getting those 2+ homes sold every single month. That is the business. There's obviously a whole lot more that goes into it. Maybe we'll do more videos like that. If you like this type of vlog, if you like this type of video where I just sit here at a desk and talk at your face, tell me in the comments because maybe we'll do more of them. If you don't, also tell me in the comments. I like constructive criticism. And if you're new to the business, tell me what your income goals are this year in the comment section. And I, and hopefully everybody else, is gonna root for you. If you're still trying to figure out how to sell or how to build a sales career, you have the Sell It Like Serhant sales course, ryanserhant.com/course. You have my book, Sell It Like Serhant. There's so many different places for you to learn. And don't forget, pre-order Big Money Energy. It is taped to my hand because above all else, what do you need to have to be a successful entrepreneur? Discipline. You thought I was gonna say big money. Yeah, I know, that's what you thought. Discipline, okay? That's what it is. Make sure to smash that like button, my little pumpkins. Thank you so much for watching. And hold on. Serhant out.